Looking to buy some insurance? Can't help you with that, but I'll learn about the Madagascar Giant Day Gecko here on the Reptile Party's YouTube channel. Hey everyone, welcome again to the YYC Nature and Education Center and Reptile Party's YouTube channel. We are of course located in Calgary, Alberta, and this video is being watched all around the world. If you're coming to Calgary, come check us out, yycnaturecenter.com. You can come and meet some of the cool animals that we've had on our channel over the past almost 2 years. And today we're going to talk about a very famous animal. You have seen the commercials. You know what they look like. We are, of course, talking about the giant day gecko. Now, those commercials are ridiculously adorable. Its accent is kind of funny, too. And that has meant that a lot of people would like a Geiko Gecko, as they are often referred to. People have asked about having them as pets. People ask if I'll bring them to the shows. While I do have them, these guys are very, very unique. They're a beautiful display pet, really nice planted vivarium. They'll do amazing in. They are very personable. They are fun to watch, but they're not a great pet. They don't like to be handled. So if you're looking for something that you want to handle, get a crested gecko or a leopard gecko or a bearded dragon or something that will tolerate it. The issues with these guys, number one, they have the ability to drop their tail, which a lot of geckos do. They are pretty prone to doing the tail drop, unfortunately. So if they get startled or scared, bam, there's a tail on the ground. They are lightning fast. So they are very, 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 very quick. They will be off of you and up the wall before you can even blink. And that's the other thing, is they do have the ability to climb. Now, we don't have a magnifying glass or anything on the camera, so you can't get a great look at them, but their toes are specialized for climbing, which is a lot of geckos. So there's basically ridges on their toes, and on those toes are tiny microscopic hairs. So that is what lets them cling. So that is why he's able to stay on the side of this particular container. It allows them to scurry up walls, scurry up trees extremely fast. Now that is different from tree frogs. Tree frogs are more like a suction cup as opposed to kind of like a Velcro sort of aspect of the geckos. So the other thing about them is their skin. Their skin is very soft and it can come off. I don't just mean shedding. They do shed their skin, but when I talk about this, one of the defense mechanisms is to literally have their skin slide off of their body. So if you're holding onto it tightly and it's wiggling around, you could literally end up holding a piece of their skin and they're going to have wounds and open sores, or potentially their entire body, the muscles and stuff underneath exposed. That can, of course, open them up to bacteria and infections and result in a very, very sick gecko. So these are not something you are going to want to handle. If we do need to take them out to do a health check, or if we need to catch them to clean their habitat, give a thorough cleaning, this is what we do. We use bins, or we use a soft net, catch them against the side, slide the lid under, or close off the net and gently put them in a container. And then when we reintroduce them back to the habitat, we'll just put the container in and open the lid, and they'll climb out on their own and make their way out at their own particular time and leisure. Just looking at you and checking things out. Now, they are found in Madagascar. They are the largest of the day geckos. There's lots of day gecko species. Some of them are absolutely tiny. These ones are called the giant Madagascar day gecko because they can get up to just shy of 9 inches. They eat invertebrates, and they eat fruit and nectar. So your crested gecko diets can be part of their diet. We do give them the Pangea and Rapashi. We also do give them bugs, hornworms, superworms, crickets. In the States and places where you can legally obtain roaches, roaches can be a great part of their diet. They are a lot of fun to watch, and that's why I absolutely love these guys. I've had day geckos for about 13 years now. Our first day gecko was a mature male that we named Zim, and then we had a female named Gur. And Connor's handling the camera right now and shaking his head. So yes, we named them after Invader Zim characters, and then we got a third female named Doom. Doom, 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 doom. And they did end up having babies. Now, they were all a bit older when we got them. One of them, Gur, was actually in terrible shape. We had to drive out of town to get it, and it had layers and layers and layers of stuck shed on it. They had a screened-in porch that they would just let it free roam on in the spring and summer, and they would catch bugs outside to feed it, which is not a great idea because pesticides. So, you know, if you don't know where your bugs are coming from, you're going to have issues. Unfortunately, Gur and Zim and Doom are no longer with us, but their two female daughters are. And then we just got this guy and another female. They're not as commonly found. They sort of seem to like almost have waves where you'll see them all the time and then they kind of disappear. Again, because they're not handleable, people want that handleable animal. But for people who like a really cool display and want a large gecko that is engaging, they're diurnal. They're active during the day, so that's a nice bonus compared to like tokays and other large geckos or golden geckos that are more nocturnal. And yeah, watching them hunt, watching them run around, it actually is really enjoyable. These guys are something that I find relaxing to watch. They were in my office in our house before, and sometimes I would just sit at the computer and spend time watching them instead of working because they are an adorable little distraction. Babies are tiny. They're like this big when they hatch, and they can start off again on the Pangea and small bugs to start with, and then they grow into this. Males are territorial, so you do not want to keep males together. They will fight. A lot of times you'll be okay with trios or just females. The males can be very, very aggressive in terms of breeding. So if you're seeing a lot of aggression or they're attacking, then you do need to separate them. So that's one thing, is there are species that you can conceivably co-house in a large habitat. I'm not saying put, you know, a male and two females in a 10-gallon. That is not at all appropriate. The day geckos are in a 4.5 foot by 2 foot by 3 foot habitat that's tall, so they have lots of room to get away from each other and places to hide and things like that. You just want to be very aware and keeping an eye on your animals to make sure that they're not fighting. But a really rewarding species to keep for a collector, for someone who wants something that is kind of iconic from the commercials and just a beautiful, beautiful animal. They're very rewarding, but you just have to make sure, like all animals, that you do your homework. So thanks for learning about the day gecko with me today. Always appreciate people hitting that subscribe button, hitting the bell so you get notified of our new videos. We do post most Tuesdays. We are hoping to get enough content to maybe start doing bi-weekly, but we have lots of cool content for you to check out from the past couple of years that we've been doing YouTube videos. So if you're new, check out some of our videos. We got some playlists on mammals, playlists from Africa, when I went to Africa and did a bunch of filming and photography there. We've got animals like sloths and birds of prey, so it's not just reptiles. And again, check out all of our social media below. Check out our websites. Give us a like and follow on Instagram, both the YYC Nature Center or the Reptile Parties on Instagram, our Facebook pages. All that is a great way to support us, and then you get to see all of the info, and our Patreon as well. We had something happen recently that was kind of a really cool surprise, and the only ones who know about it right now are our patrons. So $3, $5, $10, or $20 a month Canadian gives you all that access, behind the scenes info, first look at our YouTube videos, A lot of really great content, and all the archives is on our Patreon as well. So thank you so much for your support. We'll see you next time.